everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima, I'm a piano music. So guys, Sister Pink Book Lessons is an ally to the Black Manosphere community, and she created this particular video called Single Black Women Paying Dating Coach $10,000 to Bait Rich Men. So of course I had to look into the video. Now it comes under the circumstances of female influencers who gauge a lot of Black women on female empowerment are actually using this female empowerment to take advantage of Black women. Like Stormy Wellington, she was the Kevin Samuels hater from the Miami, Florida area. If you guys remember her, she's into quote unquote business. But remember, you know, she had this kind of like low vibrational plate that went viral, and she was charging Black women like $15,000 a head to kind of get into her little mixer or whatever she had going on, right? But then there's April Mason, the young lady who, not really so young, but she's from the Bay Area, just like myself, Northern California area. And, you know, she's now in Atlanta, and she promised Black women if they would invest $10,000 to come to this particular Atlanta Falcons versus the 49ers game, they would be able to reach, you know, wealthy Black men for that price. And, well, you know what? I'm going to let actually Pink Book Lessons explains it as she did on her video. Check out the full video at the full comment to the top. First time put the top, and then we'll come back.
Well, April Mason was watching and made sure that she was not slipping at her event. She charged Black women $10,000 for luxury suite tickets at the Atlanta Falcons game. And I would say that April did better on the food. This woman right here brought it to April Mason's attention. She said, now this is high vibration. And April Mason responded with crying faces, you know, taking a slight dig at Coach Stormy and her low vibrational plate comments, the hot dogs and all that drama. The woman is saying that April Mason's food was high vibrational at her $10,000 event versus Coach Stormy's $15,000 event. But here's the thing. The bigger point is how Black women are clearly being taken advantage of. These women are pandering to Black women and saying everything that Black women want to hear in order to get them to open up their purses and get thousands of dollars from them in the name of women empowerment. Coach Stormy luring Black women into multi-level marketing, and April Mason promising Black women that she's going to teach them how to get a rich man. So these women paid $10,000. Here's the latest finesse. Boss chicks are running around here finessing each other. Coach Stormy charging $15,000 per head, and April Mason charging $10,000 per head to show Black women how to finesse rich men. And yes, that's what's going on here. Black women learning how to sharpen their skills and better finesse men. Meanwhile, these same women paying $10,000 for $1,000 tickets, they're being finessed by other women. Some of you may not know this, but these same women, they could have rented their own luxury suite for about $10,000 for 9 people. But April Mason, she sold it to them as an investment, telling them that they're investing with her to find a rich man. You know, if they find a rich man, they will easily make that $10,000 back by finessing him. You see? Like, take a look at this. You have to see this to understand how these women got finessed and the language used to lure them into paying $10,000 to this woman. April Mason, she's saying, hey, beautiful, so you want to know where the good men hang out? She went on to tell them that she was hosting this event with 17 women and said, however, you must master the playbook first so you don't fumble the ball. And we all know that means fumble the bag. What bag are they talking about? Right. This is the same woman who said she was done helping Black women, closing down shop because how difficult it was working with Black women.
I wanted to share that with you on why I'm leaving this side of it, because the expectations are so unrealistic, because you can't have expectations like that and no preparation. It was kind of like trying to give a cat dog food and wonder why it's not taking it, because you're using the wrong bait.
Did you hear that? Even exactly a year ago, when she said that she wasn't going to work with black women anymore, she was still speaking in a language that they understood. Talking about giving the man the right type of bait, telling women you have to know how to bait a man. That's dog whistling to other black women who are into the whole level up and finessing culture.
All right, guys. So give her a round of applause for explaining what's really going on here. Which is April Mason, who we've talked about many times here on the channel. She wanted to get away from black women and as far as the dating coach industry, but here she is making $170,000 at the most if they showed up to, reach these quote unquote rich black men who are going to be there because this is a quote unquote investment. However, let me put this into perspective by a TikToker by the name of the Jason McKee. He's going to explain why men don't care about your money. Let's play that clip.
A masculine man is not actually going to care that much about how much money you make. Whether it's 50 grand or 500, he only actually cares about these three things. Number one would be your radiance, which could be broken down, for all the people who don't know, to how in touch you are with your feelings, your ability to express those feelings and needs vulnerably to him, and your overall feminine, receptive energy. Number two, along the same lines, would be how well do you receive and follow and submit to his leadership? If you can't do that, a masculine man will want nothing to do with you. And then lastly, number three would be, are you in line with his vision? Do you have the same beliefs about having children, about magic potions that the government gives you, and so forth? If all those three are locked down, you are going to find yourself an awesome masculine man. Now follow for more.
All right, guys. So you heard what he had to say. I want to give him a round of applause because that's typically true. I know many of us as men can explain it in many different ways as far as what's important to us, but typically what he said, I don't think any masculine heterosexual man can disagree with that. And if you look at what's going on here, April Mason is pretty much saying you can pay to come into this situation with these men and meet them. Here's the issue with that. In a city like Atlanta, and let's just be real, guys, Atlanta is very popular with African Americans, but let's just be real. It's not just that. The Liberian community is in Atlanta. The Caribbean community is in Atlanta. How many Ivory Coast people are in Atlanta? The Nigerian American communities in Atlanta. Ugandan and Kenyan Americans are in Atlanta. What am I trying to say here, guys? If you're a man that is doing very well, what's the problem with this? There is no way do you need to go to April Mason's event to meet women. It's doesn't make any sense. Do you want to know why? Because you have more women than you can handle in Atlanta. Shout out to my bro Solo TV 84. He talked to me about going to Atlanta, and remember I was going to move there, right? Kevin Samuels was wooing me there. He was saying, man, listen, this is much different than Minnesota. When you live in Minnesota, man, like women won't even come up and really talk to you. But in Atlanta, women will talk to you. Kevin Samuels used to call me and tell me all the time, like, yo, bro, everybody knows you in Atlanta, man. Like, oh, shit, you should come here. Shout out to my brother Omar from All Urban Central. He's telling me the same thing. If you're a guy doing very well in Atlanta, you don't have to meet up with chicks who will spend you $10,000 because you're already off the market. What does that mean? It means that black women, not all, because I don't know how black women influence. I don't know what things that black women are selling each other in the name of the guise of female empowerment, although I know that it happens. What's going to happen is, black women, let me tell you this, you cannot spend $10,000 to meet somebody. What you're going to be doing has nothing to do with your money. Guys are not attracted to your money at all. What you're going to be dealing with is your particular persona, your attitude, how you look at life. Can you look differently? Yeah. I don't think guys are really so concerned about how fine you can be, because a lot of rich guys are not dealing with the most beautiful woman all the time. It's going to be about a competition for your behavior and your looks. So if you've invested into that, because what if you're a woman that spent $10,000 and you're not a good looking woman, or you're 70? How does that work? You're going to be there meeting some guys who come, but they're not going to take you seriously. Meaning that you would have a lot to work on. And you're seeing it. These influencers are talking about black women as far as black women empowerment, but they're taking advantage of these same women and then talking down on black men as if we're the ones hating on them. No, black men want to be the ones to, if anything, we're going to be the ones that give you the money. And here's such thing that Pink Book Lessons talked about. They're leading them on to believe that, hey, if you invest, you'll meet a guy and get the money back so you can take advantage of this black man you're going to meet, which isn't true because you're not going to meet him. So basically, if you spend the money and invest, you're going to get the money back with the men I set you up with who possibly don't even have anything so that you can use them. And then that guy never shows up and you're still out of $10,000. So much for black female empowerment. It's all the guys to take advantage of these women and their emotions because they want to find somebody, knowing that if they were who they were supposed to be, they wouldn't have to pay you in the first place. We need to get serious. Stop taking advantage of these ladies and their money if you're a female influencer. That's why I love the manosphere, because I could never, ever take advantage of 10 guys for 10 grand. Never happens in the manosphere community. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.